Imagine being sentenced to an execution and then being reprieved halfway through your execution. Well, that's what happened to John Smith. Not that one. Hello and welcome to Creepy History, where I uncover chilling facts from the past during spooky season, and today we're talking about Half-Hanged Smith. So John Smith was a housebreaker in the early 18th century, and in 1705 he was convicted on 2 different accounts and sentenced to death by hanging on Christmas Eve. He was then taken to the gallows at Tyburn on December 24th. He had the noose around his neck and he dropped, and the rest is history, right? Well, after a few minutes, though sources vary on exactly how long, it usually lands somewhere between 5 and 15 minutes, the crowd began to shout out, "A reprieve!" Turns out, officials had decided to reprieve John's sentence, but there was just one problem. John was in the middle of being executed, so they rushed to cut him down and then they raced him to a nearby house to recover. When he finally regained consciousness, he said, quote, "I remember a great pain caused by the weight of my body. My spirits burned in great uproar, pushing upwards. When they got into my head, I saw a great blaze of glaring light that seemed to go out of my head in a flash. Then the pain went. When I was cut down, I got such pins and needle pains in my head that I could have hanged the people who set me free." Smith was then granted a pardon for his conviction just a few months later, but that didn't stop him from getting convicted again later on. After his second conviction, he ended up being released once more. On his third conviction, the prosecutor actually died a day before the trial, so he ended up getting released yet again. But Smith's luck finally ran out during his fourth conviction, and he was transported to Virginia. And that's the tale of Half-Hanged Smith.